All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome to Teens Talk. Okay. And I will let you introduce yourself. So let's start from Tanmay and then Ishan and Om. Please tell me your name, grade, and what this whole project is about that we are going to talk about today.
Sure. Hi, my name is Tanmay Jain. I go to St. John's High School in Shrewsbury. I'm a rising senior there, so I'll be going into 12th grade. And a little bit about this is I think I helped start System because I believe that a lot of students have the potential to really enjoy STEM, but don't always get the opportunity to experience it in a way that makes them curious about it. So that's why I helped start System.
So what is it? Is it like a group or is it a club or is it a class? What is this?
It's we host classes in like we call them labs, but they're more like sessions where kids come in and they just engage in our projects that we do. They're kind of like things you'll see at a typical summer camp. Like, it could be anywhere from boats, roller coasters,
Oh,
and just things to help them engage. And that's a little brief overview of system. I'll pass it over to him
sure.
or Isha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
so what we really do is we kind of want to help kids find what they like love, but not in a way that school does, where school you basically are doing classes, you're doing homework, you're it's everything is set for you in a straight line. You know what you have to do. Teachers know what they're gonna give to you. But in the STEM like world in the world of STEM, you can't it doesn't work as well because these are things that your brain is like when you're born and you do your like you learn how to do stuff, your brain thinks in a way where if you do something, the way your brain reacts, say you do something and you learn a lot from it, that shows how your brain likes doing this because it's learning a lot, it's intaking all of that knowledge. And so that's what we want to help kids do.
Exciting.
Yeah, a huge reason why we started system in the first place is because I think all of us have had opportunities where it's more we realize that learning is more enjoyable when you're actually doing something rather than just when you're sitting and listening to it, like as Om described, like in school environments, right? So me when I was younger, I've been fortunate enough to do like hands-on STEM projects through like summer camps. Like I remember doing, a class of, egg drops or marshmallow bridges. Little things like that. Those are what really got me interested in doing STEM projects and such. And we wanted to transfer that happiness to kids that are younger and would like to enjoy it as well. And another thing is that these programs like this aren't normally like they're pretty expensive and they're not necessarily available to each student.
Mhm.
So we started thinking like, why don't we just create these kinds of experiences for younger kids ourselves? And that's where System really came along. We wanted to take the parts of System that made us, or we want to take the parts of like STEM education that made us more excited, like experiments, building,
Mhm.
figuring things out, and then just make them more accessible for students in our communities. And yeah, I think the biggest thing for System is an opportunity to experience STEM outside of a traditional classroom structure, like Om described. School plays a really big role in teaching students the foundations, but we want to create like another environment where students could just more explore those interests. And then I'd say we want them to really come back to us.
Mhm.
Like we want them to feel like they found something that they'd actually want to come back to.
Okay.
And if they contact us at the end of the session saying, this is really fun, or we're looking to come back and do this again, we honestly find like that's a huge success for us. And I'll let Ishan introduce and do his side, and then we'll talk about more.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my name's Ishan, and I'm a part of System. I'm our director of technology, and I'm a rising senior at Grafton High School. Um, Another thing I wanted to add on to Tanmay's point was that we all are currently students. Every volunteer in System is a student, which helps us know how to teach kids because we know how we want to be taught ourselves. If we were an adult, I'd say we would not have be as we would struggle a bit more in
Mhm.
knowing what students actually want to hear and how they actually want to be taught. So I was wondering if I could share screen our site.
Yes, just a second.
Okay.
So I just want to kind of recap and kind of
Yeah, that's fine.
understand what you guys said. So y'all are obviously passionate about STEM, and
Yes.
from what I've understood, you also grew up learning a lot of technology. Probably you were part of a STEM club you yourself when you were younger, and
Mhm.
you kind of have identified that there is a gap between how they teach you in schools and what you actually go ahead and do in the real world, like in the sense of like practical application. And you guys are trying to fill that gap by making it more fun and enjoyable for children to learn about science and technology. Is that correct?
Something
Yep.
else that we do is that we also make it more affordable because a lot of these STEM clubs that I was in when I was younger were paid or a paid program that are hard to do otherwise. But
Sure.
we make it more affordable. We offer free lessons at like libraries, schools. So
Oh, wonderful.
that keeps it, yeah. So that keeps it free for all the students to be a part,
Excellent.
to actually get educated.
So, what is the age group that you guys are serving? And how many students so far have you had in your clubs?
I would say our,
It's
oh, sorry.
it's like 7 to 12. We mostly do. I mean, obviously, if they're a little younger, they can go ahead and get themselves involved in this. Um, we've had a lot of registrations. We've had like close to 150. So we get them like a lot of people. They're mostly just they come back, and
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
get like a good group of students that
Yeah,
are
a
able
lot
to
of
do so.
recurring students. They really like the first timer students, they come, they like it, and then they come again, they register again. That happens basically like at least 90% of the time.
nice.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this? Is it this summer you started, or have you been doing this last
Uh,
summer as well?
Actually, we started this 10th grade summer,
Hmm.
and so yeah, so it wasn't just like, oh, this is a simple thing. We actually did this a long time before because that's what we were actually interested in
Okay.
doing. We wanted to create an impact all because this is what we wanted to do.
Wonderful.
And yeah,
So you are a team of four students, right? And Ishan
Yeah.
said he is the director. So is there another other?
No, so we're all founders. We have a team of 4 students. I'm a director of technology, so I handle a lot of our technology, our outreach, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Tanmay is our director of legal, and Ohm's our director of marketing, so they can explain what they do then. So we're all founders. We have 4 founders, but we have a much bigger team. We
Sure.
have around, I'd say, 20 volunteers, maybe more
Oh,
in total. So
oh, wonderful.
yeah,
So what is
across
Tanmai's role? Sorry, what is Tanmai?
Sure. So my role is director of legal. So I helped get us legally incorporated, and it's just more like drafting more of our laws and the amendments that we go over. One of the big things us four like to do is a three-fourths rule, where if to in order to pass something for our nonprofit, a lot of us do a three-fourths. Um, that's a big thing, and yeah, that's kind of what I do. But the thing about us four is that we don't really just stay confined to our role. Where we help out wherever like the help is needed, like
Mhm.
Ishan sometimes will help. Me and Ishan will go out and do some expansion. Om gets the marketing side, and he also helps us, with like he also helps me sometimes think of ideas and laws and
Okay,
things that we could, pass for the whole organization itself. So I think that's a big thing about us that we four just like to help each other, and we don't just we help wherever it's needed and make it, better.
excellent. Okay, so Ishan, let's see what you have to share.
okay. Um,
Let me send me a request if you
Tanmay, did you
have.
have anything to present before, or do
I
you
don't have
think we're
anything to
good?
present. I
Or like
could
talk
talk about our
about something?
student-based leadership if you'd want to hear.
Sorry, what was that?
I could talk more about our student-based leadership if you want to hear like how we kind of our philosophy around that.
I would love to hear that. But didn't Ishan say he had something to show?
Yeah, I do, but I
we
was
can do that
wondering,
first if
we,
you would like.
we can I can show you first, and then we can
Yes.
talk
Yeah,
more
So
I
about
can show
that.
you
let's see
first.
that. And then I would like to talk about some examples of some projects that you teach to
All right.
kids. And then we'll talk about the student-based leadership. Okay?
Um, can you guys all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is our website.
Mm-hmm.
It's Student Youth Leaders for STEM, if anybody wants .org, if anybody wants to check it out. Um, Basically, we on this page we summarize what we do, what is system or our org, and what how we're different. So our like re teaching people differently. We just summarize that on our homepage. Our
Very.
about us page goes. Sorry, this the Zoom thing covering over. Yeah, our about us page goes in a bit more depth about our missions, our actual labs. What is a lab? Our mission statement and how people aren't given chances. So our About Us goes a little more in depth compared to our homepage. Our
Mm-hmm.
registration page is where parents actually sign up for sessions. So
Yeah.
this is our current registration page. Currently, we had our last session was at the Grafton Library on July 27th. We are going to have a session, I think in September or even this month. So we constantly update this form
Very good.
for people to check out. I
Mm-hmm.
think as Tanmay said before, I think we've got 150 or 200 registrations so far.
Mm-hmm.
So that's through this form. Um,
We
we
can
have,
start off with the mission statement if you would like.
Show me the session gallery.
yeah, I'll show you. So this is our session gallery where we have pictures of all our labs. I can go in
Wow.
depth and you can see like this is one of this is our first ever session. So this is
And
Amazing.
this was also
another founder and a volunteer of ours. So
yeah.
Yes. Om, do you want to say something?
I was saying that that one is also our most popular, and a lot of kids like that. So we also use it uh again and again. Where like say we're when we partner with a school, there's new students there. Those students that haven't participated yet, we like to introduce this lab rolling coasters for them
This is
yeah,
so
because
I
fun.
think
it was
So let me
yeah.
ask you, where do you get all these supplies from? And who comes up with the curriculum? What should be taught? And do you have a mentor, like an adult mentor, a teacher support? Can somebody elaborate on this? Maybe
Yeah.
Om or
So
Tanmay? Yeah, Om,
yeah,
go ahead.
starting off with our like how we make our labs and materials. Uh, So all like the materials like glue stick, scissors and stuff, we just get from our homes, whatever we have, and also our volunteers. We just ask them in our group chat, can you bring this? We need more of these.
Okay.
Cardboard, it all just comes from all our basements, like
Yes.
Amazon boxes and everything. Or if we do something like bridges or something, we go out and get popsicle sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And when creating these labs, I actually like I before I was director of marketing, I did like the organization, so organizing all the labs,
Okay.
and so there was this one framework that we came up with, and this framework has just we've used this as a base for everything for all the other labs, everything else that we've done from the beginning. It's based on this one like structure, which is basically we'll see more if we'll see it more in depth when we get to like sharing our an example of our
I
of our
would like to
presentation.
listen to the framework. Let's just
Yeah,
quickly see the
okay, yeah.
other pages and then we
Yeah.
will.
yeah,
So we have our all of our volunteers listed here on this is for Grafton. Um, some people don't have pictures yet, but we will be getting
Mhm.
those. So currently we are looking to start new chapters across the US. Currently we have five. So basic I'll let Tanmay explain more, but we wanted to create more chapters and more support students all across the US. So
All right. Okay, so can I see the
Tan
homepage one more time?
oh yeah, sorry. Tanmay, can you
You want me to
okay.
explain expansion a little
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah, can we
Okay.
explain our expansion a little bit before I show
Okay,
the
sure. So like one thing about our expansion is that we don't like that our idea is just gonna have to stay in our community, Grafton. We love making impact locally, but we feel like that we want to more expand our the impact more across the country. And so it's not just about expansion just isn't simply just saying that in more states or have more chapters. It's like giving more students an opportunity to experience the type of learning that we base system around. And because we're student led, we can obviously adapt to the needs of different communities, like different chapters don't have to be identical. They can design their own curriculum and whatnot, and that ties into student-based leadership. But the whole idea stays the same though. We make STEM fun, hands-on, and make it so that the students that in the other chapters can figure out what works best in their own community.
Okay.
So
So
current,
can
like
we,
we, oh, sorry.
yeah, go ahead. So what do we
Like we
have in
have chat.
Massachusetts?
Yeah,
Stoughton? Okay.
yeah. So we have Stoughton, Grafton, Belmont. This chapter is already planned out a lab. I think they have planned it out for October. And Stoughton is also planning a lab. So they're having their first lab soon.
Amazing.
And we also have two chapters in California
Mm,
currently, and we will might have some in other areas around the US, but
excellent.
one in LA and one near LA. So
All right. So I have a question about the website. Who designed the website?
Nisha.
I designed the website, but all of us gave input about the website. So like example on this page, I framed it completely differently at first, and
Mm,
then we Tanmay had a pointer on how to change it, so I changed this
mm.
page a little bit. So
I
like
mean, this is
that.
a very, very cool website. You guys have done
Yeah.
an
Yeah,
amazing job.
it's brand new. We had an old one.
Yeah,
It
we
was
had a
kind of
Google Sites
outdated.
before, so
I see. I see. Fantastic. So let's start with Om, and he can talk about the framework that you were
Yeah.
mentioning. And yeah, you can
So
uh,
yeah, should I
stop.
stop sharing? Yeah.
Yeah, stop sharing.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't used Google Sites.
Okay. So our framework, our base is basically we provide just the bare minimum amount of knowledge. So if we were doing like the roller coaster activity, we would just tell them like the physics of how a roller coaster would work, like the thing that every roller coaster has, but like obviously roller coasters are all different. And so what we want to do is we let the kids themselves get to the goal. So that say the goal is build this roller coaster. The marble needs to go down. It has to follow whatever path you want, but it has to be a roller coaster.
Mhm.
They do everything by themselves, but like we just provide them with the basic details of what they actually need to use. Or in boats, we explain how buoyancy works, on how like the density should be less than water so that it actually floats, because that's what every single boat in the entire planet works with. But every boat is different. And so that's where they use their own input and they create their own different boats. And the one biggest thing is that it's not just creating the boat. It's testing too. So some boats, like maybe a cargo ship, usually has a very deep hull where it goes very deep into the water. But then other ships, like cruise ships, they have a very wide base. It doesn't go that much deep into the water, but it's really wide above the water. And so kids can basically like, okay, I want to see how this one works. Oh, this one isn't what I want. Okay, let me see how this one works. They basically find their own differences. They explore themselves. We don't tell them
Sure.
anything
So you
else.
just give them the foundation of some of
Yeah,
the principles, and then
yeah,
they do a trial and error. Maybe they'll,
yeah,
increase something, decrease something, and then they build their own.
exactly.
That is wonderful. Do you
I
also
have
teach them a lot of vocabulary, like scientific terminologies? Because
Yes, in our we will share an example of one of our presentations.
sure.
It uses it's like a normal presentation. It shows all it explains all like the different topics on how like what really happens underneath everything, like the most crucial elements of a thing.
Wow.
And yeah, they learn new vocabulary too. And they also sometimes they do math.
Math. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't like math, right?
Yeah, but we make it so that they have to do the math in order to do the activity. So they have to do the math.
They have to do the math. Do you guys like math? I'm sure you
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you
do.
have to
It
if
can be
you're
fun, but it can also be not fun. So
right.
there's two sides, but it's still really important.
Excellent. Okay, so let's jump to Tanmay, and you can explain a little bit more about your student-based leadership.
Sure. So when we see a lot of nonprofits, what makes system different is that it's not just that students are volunteering for things that adults design, it's that we built and we run like the nonprofit itself. So the thing about us is that our volunteers in different, like we have chapter heads for different chapters. They can design their own labs, develop curriculum, or organize sessions themselves. So as we like expand and they get to take leadership of their own chapters over there. But we have a shared mission and standards that everyone follows, but within that framework, we give a lot of students freedom within that. And we we understand what it's like to be a student and what makes an activity actually engaging. So it's really important that we have this because we're essentially the same people that we're trying to teach just, us years ago. We're just trying to teach the same people. Um, and that's like the big thing about student-based leadership is I talked about this like a little bit previously, but the roles, right? We don't just because I'm director of legal or Ishan's director of technology, like that doesn't really matter too much. It's just more of giving us ourselves a little bit of responsibility,
Mm-hmm,
but we don't need to stay inside that one specific role. Just
mm-hmm.
because I've been more involved in corporation, paperwork, or bylaws doesn't mean I don't help out with like school or libraries or expansion, you know? We're all willing to jump in wherever we need
Sure,
because we're building this together. And
absolutely.
that's something that, yeah.
So, how do you learn about all of these legal things that you're talking about? Is there anybody to guide you as a like an adult mentor, or do you have a
Yeah.
coach?
Yeah. So when well, not necessarily, but like basically, we got the idea that we want to make our nonprofit um, like official. So we wanted to legally incorporate it. There
Mm-hmm,
was some paperwork that had to learn while doing that, but I think everybody helped me out and we all decided to draft the laws together. And we just sort of it was a lot of technicality stuff because we had to like check what was allowed or whatnot because apparently like we can't name ourselves technically the president of the organization. We had to name an adult it. So we
mm-hmm.
ended up going with my mom for that and like
Yeah.
putting her as like the treasurer and secretary because we didn't have adult. Just
Mm-hmm.
like little things like that we had to research ourselves and learn, but we got it done and we got incorporated around the end of March. So that was really good.
Excellent. Now, if somebody has to start their own chapter, let's say I want to start my own chapter, so I will keep the name Systems Lab. That should be the name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is the eligibility criteria for me to start the chapter?
We does not re you have to be in a high schooler or a college student, maybe an adult, but you also have to be into STEM. We ask a couple questions if the
Okay.
person is actually interested, if they can have time commitment, if they can find volunteers in their area, and then if they can do all of that, then they can be a chapter head. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
before they start, we'd ideally like for them to find a team of 3 to 6. We don't want like that would be like the leadership team. Like they'd have one chapter head is what we usually have, one person that manages their whole team, but
sure.
then like 3 to 6 within that, and then the rest could be like volunteers. Like we're not disencouraging people from like joining after that. Like they'll join for sure
Sure,
if they
absolutely.
want to. Yeah. So they just like gain volunteers on that end.
So the
Yeah.
chapter head has to be in high school. That's the minimum
Yes.
requirement,
yeah, at least.
right? At
Yeah.
least in high school, and then they can recruit other volunteers.
Yes.
And then they will, like you said, there is a freedom to come up with their own scientific lab work, right? Like in
A good
Yeah.
idea.
institutions.
Yeah. A good
Or do you
example of that.
have, sure.
Oh yeah, so I think a good example of that was like one of our new chapters, Belmont. They created this like balloon powered car. That
Mhm.
wasn't like something that we came up with and gave down to them. That was like completely like they turned it into one of their own labs. So like that's like an example, and they're probably gonna host one sometime in September, October. So it's
Mhm.
like uh
Okay.
and recently the chapter head of Stoughton asked me if he could create his own curriculum, and obviously I said yes because that's the type of thing that they're encouraged to do. So we don't really confine them to just have our curriculum that we design. They get to have some freedom and do what they want.
So now, maybe Ishan can answer this. So, why should people join your I think we are running out of time, but you can join the
Yeah.
same link if we run out of time.
Okay.
So why should people or any student want to join your, your big organization versus they can do their own small, you know, something similar but on their own? What is
I
the
feel
advantage of joining your team?
I feel like we're already established. We already have lesson plans made. We already have like a mission. We know that our labs are teaching kids something new and something that and even if they mess up, it's something that they can solve in like different ways compared to just a rigid structure. So our labs are just already made and designed in that fashion. So
Okay, so there is already a set examples which
yes,
has already been tried and tested, the curriculum, and if
yes,
there is any problem, you guys are there to support the
yeah,
chapter
exactly.
leads, right? So that's the advantage. Wonderful.
Yeah. And
So
on
when
top of
I'm,
that,
yeah,
yeah, and on top of that, we have the experience, but it's not like a job where you're told what to do. It's you if you want help, you come to us, ask us, but you still have freedom to do what you do, to do what you want to do,
sure.
like Tanmay explained. And so that's a big advantage too.
Excellent. So now, when I'm looking at all three of you, and maybe there is obviously more, but at least now when I'm looking at the screen, you guys seem like the next, I don't know, SpaceX or, the
Yeah,
next big tech.
that's the goal. That's
Right.
the goal.
Is
Yeah.
that the goal? I would love to
Of
hear what your
course.
dreams
Yes.
are. What are your dreams and, the plans for life? What are you interested to pursue? Tanmay,
All right, what's funny is that like my career isn't even going into STEM. It's actually I want to be a lawyer when I'm older. Just like I was
that
just
makes
really
sense that you're taking care
yeah,
of legal stuff, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I was just I was really yeah, just wanted to help
Okay.
out, you know.
Okay. What about Ishan?
I want to be an electrical engineer. When I'm older, I probably want to work in like a robotics company or like a SpaceX kind of company when I'm older. So that was a perfect example for me.
That was
But yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it just shows. It just I don't even have to think twice before. It just you guys reflect that so well. Okay, what about Om? What are your dreams and what do you want to
Uh,
pursue?
Following the path of STEM, I want to do like mechanical engineering and go into companies like SpaceX or Formula One or maybe other things. And but the main thing is that I want to go to work and enjoy it. I don't want to go to work because I have to earn the money. I want to go to work because I enjoy
Because
it.
you have fun.
I want to go.
You want to do something that you love so that
Yeah,
you can do it for a
instead
long
of me
time.
needing to do it,
Mhm.
I want to do it. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. You guys are super inspiring. I wish like even I can start a chapter. I don't think we have one in my town in Westboro. We don't have your
No,
Oh,
we
chapter.
don't.
Westboro.
Huh?
Oh, Westboro. You were from Westboro.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yes. Yes. I live in Westboro, but I don't see any chapter. So hopefully I'll encourage some of the youngsters to, start a chapter, reach out to you
Yeah,
guys.
I can tell some
Yeah.
of my Westboro friends maybe. I
Yeah, you
actually lived
should.
in Westboro for 10 years. So
Oh,
I've I can maybe pull something off.
absolutely. You should. You should. There are,
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
can
a
make that
lot
happen.
of kids are interested in STEM activities here.
Mhm.
Mm.
Um, Speaking of STEM, just STEM, do you think just learning about technology and engineering is important, or what are other qualities that you need to succeed in life? For example, if you want to become the next Elon Musk or something like that, what other qualities do you guys name? One quality that you think is required to kind of be successful in life, Tanmay.
I'll go with perseverance, and that's one of the things, we probably encourage a lot at System. It's just that even if things don't work out initially, I think you got to keep going and keep believing that you can do it and know, that it's not over until it really is over.
Very good. Ishan?
I feel like leadership is really important. I feel like having the ability to lead, having the ability to help people and work with the team is really important. So
Very good. Excellent. And Om?
Uh, Maybe I think the best what I believe is to be proactive, so that it's always in, and it's in any topic, which is
Mhm.
why I think it's really important, because you have to stay aware of your surroundings. You have to be aware of what you're doing, what others are doing, and that really helps a lot to just go for far in life.
Excellent. So, guys, thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed having you all on this channel, and I'm going to record it, put it on my social media, share it with everyone, and tag you guys. Please send your or I can tag you on Instagram. That's fine. And I really wish you all the best. I hope there will be more and more chapters across the United States, right?
Mhm.
And STEM is something. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think girls are kind of hesitant to join STEM activities, or do you see more boys versus girls in STEM?
I feel like with the students that we teach, we have a mix of boys and girls, which is really nice.
Yeah.
For our volunteers, we are made of mostly boys right now, but that's also
We
because
also have
we
girls
yeah, but
volunteering
we
as
also
well.
have girl volunteers. So we do have girl volunteers, but I feel like especially for the students, we have a really good mix of boys and girls. So we're helping both um in STEM.
Sure.
So
Okay. So yeah, I really wish you all the success, and let's see where you are in next few years, and keep me posted if any of you reach the Formula One or the SpaceX, or you
Yeah.
become the greatest lawyer. Wishing you all the best. Okay. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Bye.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
contacting us. Yeah,
No,
inviting
thank
us.
you guys. It was really good. Bye bye. Take care. Let me stop the recording.